Safaricom started as a subsidiary of Telecom Kenya, and that was in 1997. So 4 years later, Vodafone Group PLC acquired 40% of the then Safaricom. So it made its official launch on that year, on October 23rd, and its CEO was Michael Joseph, who would later come to run the company for the next 10 years before Bob Collymore took over. So after this launch, Safaricom growth has been exceptional. In 2003, Safaricom had over 1 million users, and it is the same year when it introduced the scratch cards. And in 2004, it introduced the mobile internet. Then in 2007, they launched the M-Pesa. So M-Pesa, which is a mobile transfer service, it really changed a lot how people transacted. Like, people moved from cash to cashless. And over these years, since 2007, M-Pesa has really changed the lives of Kenyans, for sure. Through M-Pesa, Safaricom was able to offer sponsorship to the national rugby team, and it also set up a foundation. It's now called the M-Pesa Foundation. In 2018, Safaricom reached a market capitalization of 1 trillion in the Nairobi Stock Exchange market, which made it the first company to ever reach that level. But who was the person behind the idea of mobile transfer service? It is said a former student of Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology named Nyagaka Anyona Ouko pitched the idea to the then CEO of Safaricom, Michael Joseph. However, the idea of mobile transfer service was actualized by Safaricom PLC and launched 4 years later on March 2007 as M-Pesa service. The idea of Nyagaka Anyona Ouko developed from the following story. Ouko's hometown was in Kisii district, which is today present Kisii County. So, on some occasions, Ouko needed to send money to his mother, and at that time, this is in 2003. Remember, that is when Safaricom was 3 years old. So at that time, the only way that you could send money to people who were far away was to use money order, where you had to go through the post office. Alternatively, you could hang out and wait for the buses which could deliver your money to the person who needed or who you needed to deliver the money to. But this idea wasn't convenient for Ouko, so he reasoned out and came out with an idea whereby he decided that he would send airtime to a shopkeeper who was near their home, who would pay his mother the same amount of money that one would use to acquire the airtime. Basically, he would buy a scratch card, read the digits to the person on the other line, that is the shopkeeper. The shopkeeper would write down the digits and he would load the digits later in his phone to acquire the airtime. Thus, money transfer was through the messages, in that one would type the digits of the airtime and send the message to the person on the receiving side. The person on the receiving side would then use the digit to load the airtime. Ouko then decided to set up agents in various places who would then act as the shopkeepers. And this smart idea is what was actualized to what is present day M-Pesa. Sincerely speaking, there are many young Kenyans who have smart ideas. They are very talented, but they lack an opportunity to bring their ideas into real life. M-Pesa has employed over 6,000 employees, and it is these ideas that have the potential to solve unemployment issues in countries such as Kenya.